Hello, good evening. Well, starting a little bit early tonight, about 20 minutes early. And there is a couple of reasons for that. I'm going to start early, going to finish early. But we're doing something a little new tonight. And I'll keep on trying to do this in the future, as long as my internet holds out. But how about we get started? And I'll talk about what's going on. Hello. A very good evening to you. And here, hold on a second. So, before we get started, let me see. I have basically 99.999% of all the special effects done. There are some tweaks that need to be made though, because I've rendered this episode and re-rendered it to see what needs to be fixed, because it takes time. It takes time to render. So there's just been tweaking of the things, and we're going to do a little tweak here on this shot in a minute, after I get done explaining some things. And let's see here. Sorry, just gotta go. Keep that on there. Alright, so let me explain a little bit about what's going on. I am live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. My first time trying this tonight. And so I'm just seeing how it works. I'm streaming both through a website that I found, and so my thanks to all one of you watching, seeing how this will pan through. But I noticed like we had quite a bit more subscribers on the YouTube page than last week, and a few more, and we're getting close to 200 subscribers. Yay! And we're over 10,000 views. That's one really cool thing is last week when I released this video is basically a fight scene that I already released last year. It's in an episode, but I just made it its own video, its own fight scene. Orcs against the Airborne Elite. It did a personal record of 150 views in a day. And that surpassed the overall view count of the channel to over 10,000. So over 10,000 views. Yes! So I decided, well, why not I try live streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time? And if not for the video editing portion, maybe just for the for the episode premieres when I premiere online, so that way they're on both Twitch and YouTube. If someone's not on Twitch and they're on YouTube, they can still view this live stream on YouTube as long as my internet holds, as it always tends to be a little bit floppy sometimes. But yeah, so we are not releasing this episode this week. I still have a little bit to go. I've been working on sound effects, tweaking the sound effects voiceovers the last few days, and still not complete, but definitely next Wednesday we will be finally releasing this episode and premiering it, and just seeing all this elemental magic stuff happening, these elemental magic fight scenes in all its glory. So yeah, that is basically what's going on. So now when it comes to these live streams, when I live stream on YouTube, I will not save the live stream video on YouTube. I'm still directly recording this live stream to my computer. I'm going to still do, putting the full extent of the live stream on my Conductor Productions page, and then just the edited on version of this live stream on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page. So that remains the same. Now, so tonight, like I said, there's not much to do with special effects because they're pretty much done. I'm just going to do a couple of tweakings with this, and then we're just going to work on some audio stuff and then call it a night. So it's not going to be that long. It's mostly me just testing out the waters, seeing how I can function with just live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. And so far it seems fairly okay. Let's see if we can get more of an audience. I don't know. We'll see. But how about we just get started? Okay. Now, what we're working on. And hopefully I don't break this thing. Alright, so what I'm looking for is, actually what I'm looking for is probably light flares, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Okay, intensity. But I also moved it around. The things, they stop before the end, so what I want to do is keep them going. Here, hold on. Might be in this one. If I remember what I did with doing these, we'll see. Here we are, rotation. So I'm just going to move this to so. That works. Nope. Yeah, no. Still gotta work on this. Okay. So let's close that light flare, get this light flare out, and go the same thing. Move the rays over. There we are. Alright. Now that's extended. Now this should just be a smooth roll throughout the shot. I mean, the reason why, it's been like almost a month now working on this. The reason why it's taken so long to release this episode, because my average is like 2.5 to 3.5 weeks at the latest for releasing episodes, is that there were a lot of special effects I hadn't done with a lot of these elements and stuff, and I wanted to take my time to make it as good and presentable as possible. So, okay, so with that, what I'm going to do now is actually bring this down. Now what I'm working on actually, and I will have to turn this audio down a little bit. Well, not this audio. I'll have to turn, so I'm turning this audio up. I need to turn the audio of this music down so we can actually hear. There. Let's turn it down like that. Because what I'm working on is actually audio stuff for this. Let me see, let me bring it around. There. Should be able to see everything. I hope. Well, most everything. So, a lot of these, like, I already have, sound effects for, let's see here, sound effects for movement, and some special effects, and have all the audio stuff up here. So now I'm just throwing in some stuff like...
Whoa, where you are standing?
Oh, what was that?
So I think we're gonna work on is like just the flame sound effects for the
right
moment.
here.
Yeah, allow that.
You.
See. Yeah, you guys are getting a glimpse of what's coming. It's gonna be good stuff, let me tell ya. But yeah, just like inserting these audio effects, it takes a long time, and it's quite a brain-numbing process. Let me tell you. But that's what I'm working on right now, is just trying to get these audios completed to get this episode released. So let's work on some of these. I'm going to go over here to some audio files, and I should be more organized. I'm not as organized as I probably should be. So it's my guess on what these actually are here. That's Sujuwa's audio. And that I will add later. Or maybe I can add it now. I'll just have it. I add it now. Okay, so instead of fire, we're working on some bug sound effects first. Because at the end of this episode, spoiler, Sujuwa ends up showing up again. Becoming a habit for him. Oh, hey look, we got someone on YouTube chat. Let's see here. Hey, just stopping in to say that I think these videos are awesome. Heroescape is so rich with characters, and it's cool to see this finished out even by, or fleshed out even by a fan. Mr. Brandon W, because I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your last name, but thank you so much for commenting and nice words. Yeah. Do our best, you know, half of it is trying to figure out the whole Heroescape mythos, and then the other half is just what I can do with my own head with these characters and such. So, let's see, okay. Let's go to the scene. Anyway, feel free, stay on. I'll be editing for a little bit tonight on this live stream, and then next Wednesday, as long as internet runs smoothly, we will be releasing this episode, premiering it on YouTube and Twitch. So you can feel free to join us. Same time, same place, next Wednesday. We'll be premiering this episode, live streaming, releasing it. So we gotta work on it first to get it out here. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us. All right. Okay, so I want to first, and it's really hard to edit with audio and for me and talk at the same time. All right, and if anyone, hopefully we can hear that over. We should be able to hear that over the background music. Alright, so first let me get this in here. Now we need to get to the moment where Sujuwa starts flying in, which is pretty much right there. So this is just going to be a low, very subtle sound. Yeah, that actually works quite well. It sounds nice. Sounds really nice. Mr. Brandon W says, nice, I'm actually gaming and watching you. Hey, you know, on Saturdays I'm actually doing my own, like, because I realized, like, over the past 3-4 years of working on seasons 2 and 3 of this show, that I hadn't been gaming much, because I used to be an avid gamer as well. I mean, it's difficult now because I have an almost 2-year-old son, and then, you know, spending time with my wife, so family, and so along with Tales of Valhalla, it's just been a lot on the back burner, and so I figured out a way to actually get in a little bit of video game time, which is On Saturday nights, I just have downtime to where I don't focus on this work. As far as video editing is concerned, I just live stream gaming, and it's basically whatever I feel like doing. Right now, I'm working on Final Fantasy VIII, a classic, and Lego Marvel Superheroes, and whatever I just feel like doing on whatever particular night. That's what I play for like an hour or two, and so that's my downtime. I do that pretty much every Saturday night. So what I'll probably do for this live stream, because it looks like live streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time is working out pretty good, at least right now. I'll probably live stream my gaming as well, and probably post it on ToV page, because that's where I have the most audience. Because I got multiple YouTube pages, but ToV has the strongest base. So, all right. Anyway, like I said, I can't talk and edit at the same time. It's just, it's impossible. All right, but that sounds good. I probably will just make it sound a little less even. I just want it to be a very subtle thing coming into the scene. Matter of fact, it can be a little bit higher, but here I want it to be lower. There. Alright, and then we already have Sudra's sound here. Yep, and there goes my internet. Yeah. Yeah, and there went my internet. I was about to ask Mr. Brandon what video game he was playing. If he's able to hop on board, then we'll get back on. But, yep, like I said, my internet's conky. I'm going to have to really talk to my internet provider about that, because it's just getting kind of ridiculous towards like every time something crappy is happening, I may have a strong and then it drops, and it's just unacceptable. I'm not going to pay the money that that I pay them for having like not the internet that I need. Anyway, alright. So like I said, okay, we finished with the bug stuff. But that's how I record everything directly into my computer, so I'm not getting choppy stuff. But anyway, thank you, Mr. Brandon, for watching. Hopefully you'll be able to join back on. If not, no big deal. Thanks for trying. Alright, so let's grab this. So now we just need to find some fireball here. We have all our fire here. So let's just first copy this and go first to
War, where you are standing.
So something needs to be added there. Oh, and darn it. And it stopped recording. So the whole thing went off completely. Oh, great. Okay. So I don't know how long we stopped recording, but here we go recording again. So it totally turned everything off to where it was stopping recording down. Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. So anyway, okay. So okay, so we finished the bug sounds, and now moving on to some fire sounds. Yeah, it's gonna be okay. So, I mean, the live stream works as long as my internet's up, but if my internet's not up, then everything just totally gets destroyed. That's a little upsetting. That is a little upsetting. And that can't happen too much, because we don't want dropped internet all the time, although I know it happens to more people than it should, but anyway. So, there's that, and like I said, in between here and here I need to add some type of bug sound before it gets to that. And I'll have to create that later. I have a week or so to do it, so that's fine. But like I said, you know, sometimes the internet is just not... I mean, I'm way out in the boonies in Kentucky, so the fact that I have like any type of workable internet at all is a miracle. But it does just go sometimes and then just crapola.
Oh, what was that?
Okay, we need to add just something that sounds a little bit fire-ific there, but we'll do that second round. Okay.
Die right here.
And I think that sounds just fine.
Fire!
Let's see here, maybe...
Fire!
Yeah, so we need actually a multiple here. Let's get to... There's water elemental. Yep, and then add one more at the end there.
Fire!
And then we're gonna kind of just even out. So I'm just looking at everything. Like I said, dual live stream on Twitch and YouTube. That's a new thing. It's a new thing, but we will get the hang of it.
Fire!
Okay, I want this cutting off like really, really quick. Like so.
Fire!
I like it.
Fire! Fire!
See, at least for the YouTube part, I mean, live streaming on YouTube for the first time tonight, I noticed that we're getting a couple people joining, which is nice.
Fire!
That's a nice thing.
Fire!
So it'll definitely be worth it live streaming on both platforms, for sure. Nice. Okay. I think that's good for that. Now let's continue. Like I said, we'll just continue adding these fire sound assets, and then I will call it a night. I mean, this was mostly a test to see if everything would work, because, like I said, there's not much to work on other than sound, and sound, to be honest, is not that exciting. But definitely next week we will be up on here choppy internet and all premiering this episode and then releasing it probably just after. Alright, so I want it to drop out really, really quickly. Let's see how that sounds. Just want to like a little bit of fire going on here. Yeah, like that. Exactly. Alright, so what I'm going to do is copy paste all these other ones as well in a second. I'm just going to make it, yeah, don't need to do too loud. Nice. Alright, but before I work on those, I know there's one other thing I gotta do here. Where's art? Where? Correct. It's
Nova
really
incantation.
mad right there. So this is gonna be a mix of a lot. But I just want to add these first. Oh, excuse me a second. Those on YouTube not used to that. I do burp a lot, so I kind of mute myself when I burp because the burping is gross. It works good for that, but I think I'm gonna need to add other things to it afterward. So yeah. Alright, okay, so let's copy and paste these then. Just gonna minimize this. Probably this too. Right. So we get this. And as far as like finishing up this edit, so it's basically adding these sound effects, like tweaking and adding the rest of the sound effects that's needed, and then adding the music, and then we'll be done. I think I can do that in a week. And if I can't, then we'll just we'll premiere what we have, like I always say, what we have next Wednesday, but we should have everything ready by next Wednesday. Okay, so
You,
I just need to put it there.
you, remember you.
Yep, pretty much. And that worked out pretty well.
Time.
I'm gonna add one here, but it's going to be really, really low. Yeah.
Ball.
I'll make this one low too. Nice, nice, nice.
Incantations!
Another one here.
Honestly, get help from.
I need one of these actually.
Honestly, get help from. Honestly, get help from.
Probably another one. Anyway, time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, still a lot of things to do. Alright, let's see if there's anything else I can find here. Okay, use that. One spot I can use that at. Hold on. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Let's see, where else could I put this? I know when it goes supernova, I can probably add it in here. Probably right when he starts to flame on his wand.
Supernova incantation!
Okay, let's see, is it gonna stay on?
Standing,
Oh, what was that?
standing,
Oh, what was that?
where you are standing.
Oh, what was that?
Nice. Okay. So yeah, internet keeps dropping. I am probably gonna call this a night soon. So don't wanna go too long. I just wanted to see how things are going, and since internet already dropped once and I probably lost half of my recording, I can just say, well, I mean, it was successful as it could be. The only thing that isn't successful is the internet. But at least you guys get to see what's kind of going on here. What I still have to do, like I said, is like a lot of these sound effects I still gotta throw in here, and it's just gonna take a lot of concentration and time. As well as music, I still gotta add music too, so not over, but we are close to getting this episode done finally. And then it is just 2 more episodes. We basically have 2 more episodes to end season 2, and then season 3 will be coming out hopefully by the end of the year. So lots of stuff to look forward to, for sure. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Okay, so with that, I am just going to close this live stream. Yes, it was a little short tonight, but like I said, not much to work on, other than what I just have to focus on with the sound editing. Like I said, it's kind of boring. So I guess I will just finish by saying, if you're watching this video on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube channel, this is the edited down version, which is about like 5 to 10 minutes long. If you want to see the full extent of this whole experiment tonight of me live streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, seeing how that goes, having dropped internet, all the craziness that went along with it, made a new friend, have a new fan. Thank you, Mr. Brandon W, for joining me tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to join us in the future without any dropped internet. And thank everybody for coming on board, watching, and supporting tonight. And yeah, so if you, like I said, so if you're watching this on Tales of Valhalla YouTube, you can go to the Conductor Productions page, which will appear on the screen or be in a link below, where you can see the full extent of this live stream on the Conductor Productions YouTube channel. So with that, I am going to try and end this and bid you all adieu. Have a good night, and see all of you this Saturday when we do some gaming downtime, and next Wednesday when we release this episode. And hint hint, the title of this episode is The Power of Karak, basically. So with that teaser, I will see you guys next Wednesday when we premiere this. Later. Bye. Have a good night.